screen glow in the dark. One click, leave a mark. 1:35 on the clock, heartbeat, no talk. Double tap on the screen, you're the muse in the scene. Scrolling through the feed, everything I need. Digital connection, perfecting the reflection. Caught in the flow, watch the numbers grow. Refresh the page, it's a brand new view. Recognize the rhythm, yeah, it sounds like you. Filter on the photo, but the soul stays true. I'm tracking every movement, every post you do. Pixelated dreams in a high-res world. Seeing how your secret narrative unfurls. You're the melody I wrote in the late night lab. Now you're popping up on every single tab. Double tap on the screen, you're the muse in the scene. Scrolling through the feed, everything I need. Digital connection, perfecting the reflection. Caught in the flow, watch the numbers grow. Your story's live, I'm the first to see. It's a mirror image of the enemy. Matching aesthetics, matching the key. Locked in a loop, but we're feeling free. Algorithms all what the heart desires. Synthesizer chords setting all the fires. One notification, that's the catalyst. You're the top name on my priority list. Double tap on the screen, you're the muse in the scene. Scrolling through the feed, everything I need. Digital connection, perfecting the reflection. Caught in the flow, watch the numbers grow. Double tap. Double tap. Echoes in the feed, fade out into the light. The silence speaks louder than I ever could. Standing in the corner where the shadows should. Flickering on the corner store glass, counting every second while the minutes just pass. She's a masterpiece, painted in the faded light, while I am a ghost haunting the edges of the night. Heartbeat skipping like a scratched up vinyl, living in the silence, feeling so final. Coffee cup steaming in the right hand. I am building castles out of shifting sand. Shattered silence, screaming in my head. Words I never spoke, things I should've said. Underneath the 808s, the bass is getting loud. Just another face, lost inside the crowd. I am paralyzed, watching from the dark, waiting for a flame, terrified of the spark. Hoodie pulled low, I am an urban recluse. Love is a knot and I'm tightening the noose. Rhyming my thoughts just to keep them in check. Ice on my soul but the sweat is on my neck. She turns the page, yeah she is reading the prose. I'm catching the scent of the perfume and rose. Sub bass rattling the ribs in my chest. Confession is a weight that will never let me rest. One step forward, two steps back. Caught in the loop of the cinematic track. Fade to black, or should I break the wall? Shattered silence, waiting for the fall. Just a shadow on a wall. Never the call. Silence, shattered. Shadow stretching on the pavement, watching how you move, no statement. Go like hitting off the chrome, wondering if you're heading home. Caught your silhouette against the orange haze, lost inside the labyrinth a million ways. You got that static in your stride, a quiet storm, Picking every pattern, never fitting in the form. I see the ink upon your skin, a quick to cold. Walking down this lonely, heavy laden road, eyes like embers glowing in the fading light, keeping secrets hidden from the coming night. Golden hour shadows dancing on your face, chasing every movement, leaving not a trace. You're the mystery I'm dying just to solve. In the orbit of your soul, I slowly revolve. Yeah, the sun is dipping low. Where you're headed, I don't know. Cigarette smoke curling like a ghost. The things you hide are what I want the most. Diamond in the rough or just a piece of glass. Watching all the city minutes start to pass. You're the silence in the middle of the noise. Calculating movements heavy with the poise. Hoodie up, hiding what is in your head. Living in the spaces that were left unsaid. Wait, stop, let the bass knock. Tick-tock, watching on the wall clock. Are you real or a dream in the dust? Fragrance of the rain and a hint of the musk. Fading out into the gray. Shadows take the light away. Just a ghost in the golden hour. Just a ghost. Shadows on the pavement stretching long. Singing to the wind a silent song. At the intersection where the lines don't meet, just another rhythm on a concrete street. Seconds away but a world apart, missing the beat of a distant heart. Red light, green light, we just pass on by. Two different stars in the same dark sky. Checking my watch while the traffic starts to crawl, staring at the tags on the cracked brick wall. You're 10 feet back with your coffee in your hand, grains of time slipping through the desert sand. Syncopated steps, yeah, we're walking out of phase, lost inside the labyrinth of this urban maze. I turn the corner just as you begin to cross, calculating gain while we're living in the loss. Digital signals in the static in the air, feeling like a presence but there's nobody there. A haiku of a life in $1 million city where the lights look bright but the alleyways are gritty. I see a reflection in a puddle on the ground, but I never looked up to hear the phantom sound of your heartbeat pulsing through the winter wind, wondering exactly where the story should begin. Parallel lives on a perpendicular path, doing all the logic, failing all the math, almost close enough to feel the heat. Then we're back to being strangers on the street. Intersection, just a blink away. Echo feelings fade to gray. staring at the screen until my vision gets blurry. Typing out a paragraph, then I delete it in a hurry. Afraid to show the cracks inside this porcelain persona, while I'm trapped inside this feeling like a permanent diploma. Got the weight of all these secrets on my 808 heart. Afraid if I let it out, I might just fall apart. I got lines for the streets, but I'm silent for you. Building up these walls just to keep the view. Another draft unsent, another night I spent wondering if you feel the same, or if I just be left in shame. Hidden in my notes, all the things I wrote. Afraid to hit that send, afraid to lose a friend. Yeah, see the ice, they don't see the freeze. Praying for a sign while I'm on my knees. Rhythmic patterns in my head like a rolling hat, but my confidence is flat, yeah, it's really that. I see the pit at heartbeat, skipping every second beat. Walk a lonely road while I'm standing on the street. If I let the map slip, would you still stay? Or would you turn around and walk the other way? It's a heavy price to pay for a hollow crown. Trying not to let the silence drown me down. One click, one touch, why does it feel like too much? Another draft unsent, another night I spent wondering if you feel the same, or if I just be left in shame. Hidden in my notes, all the things I wrote. Afraid to hit that send, afraid to lose a friend. Delete, repeat, the cycle's on a loop. Still stuck inside the coop. Drafts unsent, yeah. One look, just a flicker in the dark. Calculate a spark. Caught a glimpse of the iris, now I'm wired, reading through the silence, getting higher. Was it a flicker or a flame in the frame? Was it just a habit or a plate for the name? I'm dissecting every millimeter, measuring the heat, looking for a rhythm in the middle of a beat. Dilated pupils are the pupils who assign. I'm losing my composure, trying to read between the lines. Reading the lines, counting the seconds, while I'm losing my mind. Is there a subtext I'm destined to find? Deep in the shadow, where the vision is blind, I'm reading the lines. Stare deep where the gravity is heavy, pulse racing like a break in the levee. Static on the lens, focus on the glint. I'm a detective, searching for a fingerprint. Was it in a second? Felt like a year. Architecture of a look, built out of fear. Geometric angles of a momentary glance. Is it destiny or just a ghost of a chance? Break it down, pixel by pixel. Sharper than a blade, colder than a crystal. Hold the breath, wait for the echo. If there's a signal, I won't let go. The seconds, while I'm losing my mind. Is there a subtext I'm destined to find? Deep in the shadow, where the vision is blind, I'm reading the lines. Just a look, just a lie, lost in time, reading the lines. Still on the rail, 6 a.m. Frost on the window glass, watching the shadows pass. Static in my headphones, breaking through the mask. Third seat from the sliding door, same face I have seen before. Sitting in the corner with his eyes upon the floor. He opens up a silver book, I had to take a second look. Verses of the underlined, a very soul that I forsook. Internalize the imagery, a secret kind of symmetry. Reading every stanza that belongs to my own history. Crosstown transit, rhythm of the track. Reading my soul and I can't look back. Heavy 808s like the heart in my chest. Two strangers on a train in the city that won't rest. Syncopated emotion, he is turning page 4. He doesn't know the ink is what I'm bleeding on the floor. Metaphors of isolation, subterranean vibration. We are tuned to one frequency in a silent conversation. The screeching of the metal break is more than I can easily take. He marks a line with graphite for a lonely spirit's sake. But the signal's dropping out and the crowd begins to shout. Just a ghost among the echoes that the tunnel is about. Next stop, my stop, the doors open wide. Should I speak a word or keep it all inside? The rattle is the rhythm, the 808 is the heartbeat. Leaving my reflection in the vinyl of this Crosstown transit, rhythm of the track. Reading my soul and I can't look back. Heavy 808s like the heart in my chest. Two strangers on a train in the city that won't rest. Watching from the platform and the red lights fade. A counterpart emotion in the choices that we made. Echo feelings on the line. His book is the same as mine, just a passenger in time. Blue light on my face, lost in the digital space. Thumb on the glass, watching the hours pass. 3 a.m. glow, standing solo. She posts a view, sky's a deep hue. Matches her soul, I'm losing control. Filter is clean, best I've ever seen. Real life reflection, pure misconnection. I wanna tap like, but I don't want the hype. Staying in the dark, waiting for a spark. Hovering low, she'll never know. Digital stalking, pixels are talking. Ghost in the feed, is this what I need? Heart on the screen, life in between. Secretly linked, everything synced, like or the lead. Hard to believe, I know that street where the city lights meet. I know that cafe where she spends a day. It ain't a facade, she's a literal god of the aesthetic, so empathetic. Internal rhyme, killing the time. Syncopated flow, watching it grow, but I stay behind, locked in my mind. Refresh the page inside of this cage. Scroll to the top, I can't even stop. Refresh the page inside of this cage. Is it a sign? Is she divine? Still hovering, still wondering. Maybe tomorrow, maybe never. Digital stalking, echoed feelings. Static in the air, felt it everywhere. through the smoke and the haze, caught in a labyrinth of social life maze. Saw you across the room, frozen in space, tracing the lines of a familiar face. Heart hitting 808s, heavy in the chest. Put my composure to the ultimate test. One step forward, but the gravity pulls. Room full of people, but the vacuum is full. Feet glued down while the world spins fast, looking for a future in a ghost of the past. And we almost spoke, but the wave just broke. Caught a glimpse of the fire, then it turned to smoke. Yeah, we almost spoke, till the rhythm broke. Now I'm drowning in the silence of the words we chose. Hand on the glass, but the liquid is cold. Stories of us that'll never be told. Spinning in circles, the current is strong. Right at the moment, it's feeling so wrong. Syncopated heartbeat out of the blue, trying to navigate the path back to you. But the crowd is a wall and the bass is a flood. Feel the adrenaline rush through my blood. Interrupt the signal, static on the line. Running out of breath, running out of time. Just a second, just a glance, lost the timing, missed the dance. Parallel lines never crossing the plane. Left with the echo when it hit the pain. Crowd pulling left while I'm reaching for right. Fading like a phantom in the middle of the night. And we almost spoke, but the wave just broke. Caught a glimpse of the fire, then it turned to smoke. Yeah, we almost spoke, till the rhythm broke. Now I'm drowning in the silence of the words we chose. Almost spoke, just an echo. Let it go. Shadows on the wall, watch the curtain fall. Almost spoke. Steam rising from the ceramic, movement is tectonic. Writing down the profile of a goal. She's the one I notice more. Back to back, spines aligned, searching for the words I'll never find. Ink scratching on the wood grain, trying to capture all the hidden pain.
Coffee shop stare, tracing patterns in the air. Two worlds apart in the same chair. Writing lines we'll never share. Just a rhythm in the steam. Living in a lonely dream.
Pain leaking on the napkins, wondering where his heart's been. Ink stains on my fingertips, silent words upon his lips. Shadow on a mahogany, he's a beautiful anomaly. Tracing the line of his shoulder, while the afternoon gets colder.
We're inches away, with nothing to say. Just a scratch of the lane, and the thoughts in my head. Coffee shop stare, tracing patterns in the air. Two worlds apart in the same chair. Writing lines we'll never share. Just a rhythm in the steam. Living in a lonely dream. Back to back, fade to black. Coffee shop stare. The reflection is shifting. The static is lifting.
searching for a vision in the gray mist, someone with a spirit that can't be dismissed. Obsessed with the rhythm of a heart that's cold, seeking out a silver in a world of gold.
I need a rebel with a mind like a maze, lost in the flicker of a purple haze. Wait, the silhouette is looking quite familiar. The closer I get, the vision's getting shriller. Mirror images in the glass frame, calling out a ghost, but it has your name. Every single detail that I ever drew is a perfect carbon copy of the view of you. Staring at the glass till the truth breaks through.
I was sketching out a portrait of a phantom, writing out the lyrics to a lonely anthem. Wanted someone quiet with a sharp-edged tongue, singing out the verses that were never sung.
I described a lover who could read my thoughts, connecting all the lines and the hidden dots. But as I lost the traits of my perfect one, I realized the searching is finally done. Left side, right side, nowhere left to hide. The person in my head is the person by my side. Carbon copy, frame by frame, we are exactly the same. Mirror images in the glass frame, calling out a ghost, but it has your name. Every single detail that I ever drew is a perfect carbon copy of the view of you. Staring at the glass till the truth breaks through. It was always you, in the mirror of you. Had good feelings coming true. Neon blue and velvet gray, not a word we need to say. Shadows dancing on the wall, waiting for the beat to fall.
Static in the lounge, attention is a heavy weight. Checking every angle, calculating every fade. Mixing boards, humming oscillators in the red. Thinking about the sentences that we never even said.
Leather on the sofa, cold coffee on the side. Nowhere in the studio for either one of us to hide. Syncopated rhythm in the way you check your phone. Even in a crowded room, we're feeling all alone. I can hear the hi-hats clicking in my mental shelf. You're a mirror image, I'm just looking at myself. Across the room, the silence is a scream, living in the spaces of a lucid fever dream. Heavy 808s are pulsing like a racing heart, tearing all the logic and the sanity apart. Eyes locked in the dim light glare, caught inside the static of a wordless prayer.
Dialing in the frequency, I'm searching for the ghost, wondering which one of us is hurting now the most. Cables like a labyrinth across the parquet floor. Every time we lock eyes, I'm wanting something more. But the
Pride is like a fader that we can't seem to slide. Keep the secrets buried where the melodies reside. You're a masterpiece of mystery, a canvas in the dark, waiting for a single word to ignite the living spark. Across the room, the silence is a scream, living in the spaces of a lucid fever dream. Heavy 808s are pulsing like a racing heart, tearing all the logic and the sanity apart. Eyes locked in the dim light glare, face down. Listen to the ghost of a sound in the dark. We remain bound by the pleasure and the pain. Across the room, just a glance, lost in the rhythm of the chant. Neon blue, velvet gray, let the feeling fade away.
Yeah. Echo feelings. It's like I'm seeing double. She's a carbon copy of the ghost in my head. Every word I sing, every line I said, manifested in the flesh. Yeah, she's living proof. I'm looking at the vision and it's finally the truth. Carbon copy. Yeah, she's perfectly designed. Step right out the pages of a rhythm and a rhyme. Wait, hold up, let me check the blueprint. Looking at a walk, that's a very specific footprint. The hazel and the iris with the gold around the rim. That's the exact description from the track, sink or swim. The way the shadow falls across the bridge of her nose is the same metaphor used to describe a rose. I'm frozen in emotion, yet the pulse is racing fast. The 808 is thumping like a shadow from the past. I wrote about the sun vanilla mixed with rain. I was hitting my nostrils and it's flooding my brain. She's leaning on the pillow with a tilt to her head. Matches the second verse of the poem I never read. Is this a simulation or a glitch in the design? I sketched a masterpiece and now she's standing in the line. She's a carbon copy of the ghost in my head. Every word I sang, every line I said, manifested in the flesh. Yeah, she's living proof. I'm looking at the vision and it's finally the truth. Carbon copy. Yeah, she's perfectly designed. Step right out the pages of a rhythm and a rhyme. It's not a coincidence, no, it's a resonance. From the ink to the skin, where do I begin? She's right there. My lyric sheet come to life. Carbon copy.
Is this a signal? Or just a ghost in the wire? This is a signal. Staring at the ceiling while the room starts spinning. Losing all my focus cause the doubt is winning. Is it synchronicity or just my brain gritting? Writing down these lines while the ink is thinning. I see you in the crowd but the face is blurry. Heartbeat skipping like a vision in a hurry. Are you feeling what I feel or am I just projecting? Every single syllable I'm slowly dissecting. Paranoia peeking through the gaps in the rhythm. Caught inside the loop of a mental algorithm. Do you hear my pulse or the 808 thumping? Is it real love or is my ego just jumping? It's a glitch in the dream. Nothing's ever really what it seems. Am I mirroring your soul? Or is this just my own control? System fire in the dark. Searching for a phantom spark. Yeah, it's a glitch in the dream. Through the city but I'm out of sync. Missing every signal in a single blink. Maybe I'm the ghost inside the machine. Living out a script in a digital scene. You're a stranger but you're wearing my design. Reading every thought between a crooked line. Isn't resonance or just a heavy echo? Trying to hold on but I should let go. I'm painting your portrait with my own frustrations. Building up a bond on these false foundations. If I stop the track does the feeling disappear? Or is the silence the only thing I fear? Piece of me. piece of me. It's a glitch in the dream. Nothing's ever really what it seems. Am I mirroring your soul, or is this just my own control? System failure in the dark. Searching for a phantom spark. System error, image. It was always just me. Fading out.
Static in the attic on my brain again, tracing patterns through the scattered rain again. Met you on the corner of a ghost street, synchronized the tempo of our slow feet. Didn't say a word, but the tone was loud, moving like a shadow in a lonely crowd. Frequency is heavy like a loaded cloud, ancient secrets hidden in a woven shroud. Humming patterns in the dark, waiting for the sudden spark. Two souls leaving identical marks, echoes in the quiet parks. It's the melody we know, moving everywhere we go, caught inside the undertow. Watch the subconscious flow. Sidewalk cracks like a broken code, lighten up the weight of the heavy load. I was humming 5/4 on a minor scale. You were whistling the wind in the winter gale, crossing paths like a woven thread, living out the visions that I had in bed. Deja vu dancing in my tired head, repeating every single thing the silence said. Do you hear it? Do you feel it? The secret, we reveal it. No words needed for the song we share, just the vibration in the heavy air. Same song all along. Muffled sound through the plaster, heart beating a little bit faster. Muffled sound through the muffled sound through the plaster, heart beating a little bit faster. Leaning close to the drywall texture, listening to the vocal pressure. He's booth side, right in my timeline, tracing the curves of my design. He mentions a scar on my left wrist, the silver ring that I always twist. 5'4" with the hazel gaze, lost in a labyrinth, stuck in a maze. How does he know the way I comb my hair, the vintage perfume that I always wear? He's sighting the coffee, the double shot black. There's no turning back, it's a direct attack. The rhythm is rising, the pressure is real. He's breaking the lock and he's breaking the seal. I'm paralyzed here in the corridor light, while he's painting my ghost in the middle of night. He's dropping my coordinates, reading all the signs, he's my subordinate. Mapping out my soul through the studio glass, watching every second of the minutes pass. He's got the latitude, the longitude, matching up my rhythm and my solitude. Every single lyric is a GPS, drawing out the shape of my secret stress. The 808's sliding under the floor. I've never heard of something like this before. He talks about the way I hate the rain, the silent way I try to mask the pain. He says I'm hiding in the vocal booth while he's out here bleeding the naked truth. He describes the locket in my velvet bag. This isn't a coincidence, it's a red flag. Internal rhymes in an external space. I can hear the hunger, I can feel the chase. Is he a mirror?
Is he a ghost? The closer I get, the one I fear most. The bells are tolling in a minor keys, telling the world exactly who is me. Coordinates locked, the door's still shut. Deep in my gut, the secret is out.
Static in the signal, reading through the lines. Wait a minute. I recognize that spot. Scanning through the margins of my yellow legal pad, thinking about the patterns and the habits that we had. Pencil letters breaking while the speakers start to hum. Then I hear the lyrics and my fingers going numb. She mentioned the corner where the brick is turning blue, the alleyway behind the bistro, table 22. I thought I was the only one who hid inside that space, but she just name dropped every detail of our secret place. We're on the same frequency, tuning into what I see. Parallel lines finally meet, echoes on a one-way street. The signal's getting loud and clear. Everything I used to fear is vanishing in thin air, 'cause I know she's already there. It's a synchronicity, a mental proximity. She mapping out the city with a lyrical agility. I'm looking at my notes, then I'm looking at the wave. Every single secret that I thought I'd take the grave. She's singing about the graffiti by the rusted iron gate. The way the moonlight hits the silver like a twist of fate. My heart is like a snare bow, step into the groove, revealing every motive that the shadows always hear. The filters opening, the resonance is golden. All the words I'm never said and all the truth I'm holding. It's a resonance, a legacy, a cosmic kind of recipe. We're on the same frequency, tuning into what I see. Parallel lines finally meet, echoes on a one-way street. The signal's getting loud and clear. Everything I used to fear is vanishing in thin air, 'cause I know she's already there. Yeah. Same frequency, I see you, I hear you now. Echo feelings.
Static in the air, I can feel the friction. Walking through the halls of a shared addiction.
Tracing out the lines on the blueprint map, falling through the floor, it's a velvet trap. I was looking for a ghost, found the mirror instead. All the conversations that were left unsaid. Now the shadows merge in the cold LED. The person in my head is the one I see. Caught in the hallway of mirrors and static. The way that we collide is purely cinematic. Shatter the glass walls, watches the mask fall. Standing in the wreckage of the silence we kept, waking from the dream while the rest of them slept. Clearer than the water, lambs to the slaughter. Everything is heavy and the gravity is gone. Funny seeing who I waited for so long. Breath held in the vacuum of the space between. The only real face that I've ever really seen. Yes, you. Truth need the name. I was keeping secrets in a closed vault. Locked them down tight, thinking it was my fault. Chasing every echo like a ghost in the hall. Waiting for the rhythm just to break through the wall. Now the frequency is shifting, I can feel the bass lift. Changing up the narrative, it's more than just a slight shift. I was solo in the booth, now we're sharing the mic. Striking like a lightning bolt, the heavy hitting strike. No more echoes in the empty room. Watch the flowers in the concrete bloom. Trading every whisper for a loud shout. This is what the feeling's all about. Unified, breaking through the static. Every single movement is cinematic. I see the vision clearer when I'm hearing your tone. Building up an empire, we're leaving the throne of the lonely king. Let the melody ring from the winter to the spring. Let the harmony swing. No more puzzles, every piece is in place. Setting up the tempo, we're winning the race. Internalize the struggle, now I externalize the pride. Got you right beside me for the roller coaster ride. One voice, two souls, filling up the gaps in the hole. From the silence to the sound, never coming back to the ground. No more echoes in the empty room. Watch the flowers in the concrete bloom. Trading every whisper for a loud shout. This is what the feeling's all about. Unified, we're breaking through the static. Every single movement is cinematic. No more echoes. No more ghosts. Just the music that we love the most. The silence finally broke. We're speaking in the light now. No more hiding in the smoke. Clocking every minute of the distance we were keeping. Hidden in the rhythms and the secrets we were seeking. Found a little clarity within the heavy breathing. Tangled in the static, but I'm never really leaving. Yeah, the frequency was wavy. Lately I've been feeling like the motion might save me. Calculated risk, but the vision isn't hazy. Driving through the dark till the morning starts to wake me. Align the stars, align the soul. We finally reaching for the goal. We taking back the parts we stole. And making sure the spirit's whole. This is the final resonance. We finally found the evidence. Setting up a brand new precedence. Building up our own residence. No more echoes in the hall. Standing steady, standing tall. Yeah, we climbed over the wall. Now we never gonna fall. Shift the paradigm, yeah, we moving through the phases. Lost inside the labyrinth, but found it in the mazes. Used to be the ghosts, now we living in the spaces. Reading every line in the light across our faces. Syncopated heartbeats drumming on the dashboard. Moving past the pain that we couldn't even afford. Strumming on the strings of a brand new chord. Everything we wanted is the ultimate reward. No more secrets on the low. Watch the garden start to grow. Let the heavy feelings go. Caught inside the steady flow.